Hey guys, Tab here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, thank you guys for stopping by and checking out my Cook With Me Crockpot Ranch Chicken recipe. So guys, I found this recipe on Pinterest, Crockpot Ranch Chicken. It only takes a few ingredients and so I was sitting here and I've already prepared the chicken to go into the crock pot, and I was washing my potatoes and so getting ready to cut them up, and something just kept telling me, why don't you just film it, put it on video. And I'm like, well, I really don't want to do all that on this channel, but I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a shot. So I will show you guys what this looks like once I get all of the ingredients into the crock pot, as well as showing you what it looks like when it's done. And I will also let you know how it tastes. So with that being said, stay tuned. Okay guys, like I said, I have already washed and seasoned my chicken. It calls for salt, and I do not like to use a lot of salt, so I use accent instead. I use black pepper, a little garlic powder, and the recipe does not call for garlic powder, but I just like to add that to my meats to give it just a little bit more seasoning. And also I use some ranch seasoning. So I use all of those on both sides and had to set this over to the side. And now I'm getting ready to cut up my potatoes. All right, so I am cutting up the potatoes, you guys. And I just got my girls off on the school bus, and it was so chilly this morning. That's why I still have my sweater on, because I am still a little cold, you guys. And also I have my hair wrapped with, and I went ahead and threw on a headband so I won't look all crazy on camera. But when I am cooking, I never wear my hair down. I always either have it wrapped, or I will pull it back in a ponytail or a little bun. I do not like to see hair in food, even if it's mine. So that's just something I don't like to do. So I am done chopping up these potatoes, and so the recipe calls for you to put the potatoes in the crock pot, and then you layer the potatoes with the chicken. So what I'm gonna do is give my potatoes a final rinse. I have washed them already before I started cutting them up. So I'm gonna give them a good rinse with some hot water here. And then we'll get these in the crock pot. I will link this recipe in the description box below, just in case you want to check it out, y'all. But it's just a few ingredients, not much at all. All right. So we're gonna go over to the crock pot, you guys. Okay, so I went ahead and put the potatoes in the crock pot, and now it's saying to layer the potatoes with your seasoned chicken. So that is what I am going to do. This chicken smells so good already, you guys. I can just smell the garlic powder. It smells so good. All right. Okay, so I like to clean as I go, at least try to anyway, when I'm cooking. I just don't like to have a bunch of dishes piled up when I'm done putting everything in the crock pot, or, you know, when I'm done with my seasonings, if I don't have to reuse them, I like to go ahead and try to put everything up, wipe everything down as I go. Oops. And so that is what I am doing now. All right, now that I've topped the potatoes with the chicken, it says to blend the cream of chicken soup, chicken stock, which I'm gonna use chicken broth because I have some open and I don't wanna open up any chicken stock. I do have some, but I just bought that the other day. So we're gonna use what's already open, which is chicken broth. And then also chopped chiles and some ranch dressing mix. So I have to blend that until it's smooth. And then I'm gonna pour that over the chicken and the potatoes and let that cook for 8 hours on high, or either cook for 8 hours on low or 4 hours on high. Okay, so I am looking down at my recipe, you guys. So next I am going to use 2 of the 10.5 cans of cream of chicken, a half cup of chicken broth, a 4-ounce can of the chopped chiles, which I've already opened, and also the remainder of my ranch seasoning. Now I had to take a tablespoon of this to sprinkle over the chicken, so I'm gonna use the rest of this packet, which it calls for 1 ounce of ranch seasoning. So the rest of this is gonna go in this blend. Okay, now that I've added my 2 cans of cream of chicken, my can of chopped chiles, and also my half cup of chicken broth, I am going to sprinkle the rest of this ranch seasoning in here. And then we're gonna mix all of this together. I tell you, it's hard to hold the phone and do this. Oh my goodness, this is hard. I see why some content creators say that it is extremely hard. So I'm gonna continue to mix this together, you guys, and I will see you in a second when I pour this over the chicken. All right, so here's my chicken and potatoes, and so I am going to attempt to pour this seasoning or this blend over the chicken. I may have to just get a spoon and spread this all over. So I'm gonna continue, since I'm working with one hand trying to hold my phone, you guys, I'm gonna pour the rest of this seasoning over the chicken, take a spoon and kind of spread it out over it, and I will show you what it looks like. All right, y'all, so this is what it looks like after I pour the blend on top of the chicken. And so now I'm gonna place the top on here, and I'm gonna let it cook slow for 8 hours on low instead of for 4 hours on high. And so I will show you guys what this looks like. This is my first time trying this recipe, by the way. So I'll show you what it looks like, and I will definitely tell you guys what it tastes like when it's done. All right. All right, y'all, this is the final result of my Crockpot ranch chicken. And again, this is my first time trying this recipe that I found on Pinterest. I will link it in the description box below. I've already tasted it, and it is so good, you guys. So I ended up making some white rice to go along with it. And also I made some candied yams and some cornbread muffins. So yeah, that is what it's looking like. I took some of the broth from the chicken and potatoes and poured it on top of the rice first. Then I placed the chicken on the rice and then the potatoes on top of the chicken. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Have a blessed day, you guys.